Toy Power Podcast is a free podcast made possible by the support of our awesome Patreon sponsors. Head to toypowerpodcast.com and see how you can help.
Oh yeah, this is Powers.
Hello and welcome to Toy Power, the podcast where we talk toys and everything pop culture. G'day, it's Trent here, and it is so wonderful to have your company today for episode 421. Glad to get away from that 420 because the smoke in the room was killing me. We got a very fun episode coming for you today. Joining me today in the Toy Power studio, we've got Ben,
G'day.
Scotty,
Hello there.
Frank,
Hello.
and our very first international guest live in the Toy Power studio, Colin.
Woo!
Yeah!
In person.
Bonjour.
Mon ami.
Now, we were chatting just before, Colin, and you said something to the effect of, you reckon you've been on 10 Toy Power episodes across the
something
journey?
like that.
Wow. Well,
That's
challenging
huge.
Davey.
Yeah, I reckon that's...
Yeah.
Do we have to have a bare knuckle fight now?
Yeah. in a tub of
3
jelly.
rounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Today, we're doing a bit of latest news. There's not a lot on the news run sheet. I think it's our lightest news segment ever. But then we're going to get down and chat to Colin about his adventures in New Zealand and today, Australia. You've landed on Friday. It's currently Saturday. You've had 24 hours in our fair city of Adelaide. And we went on the what I would call an epic toy hunt today. We checked out a number of different toy stores. So we'll get some of your insights into that. But before we do, let's jump into a bit of this.
3, 2, 1.
Cue music.
So what have you got for me?
But she's got a new hat.
To Trent's point, I think that little stinger is probably going to go longer than our news segment tonight. But let's start off with our friends at Hasbro. We've mentioned this project. This is one of their HasLab, Hasbro Pulse projects. The Tron set that we were not especially kind to on a previous show. Ben, do you happen to have the numbers there and what we're looking at?
Before you get into the numbers,
Okay.
before you get into
Remind
the numbers,
people what it is.
Well, it's 5 3 3/4 highly articulated action figures from the Tron film.
Yep.
2 light cycles and a light up base.
Yep.
It's a nice set. It will display really nicely on a shelf or in front of your TV. What I will say about this, in the last couple of days, maybe the last week, with a week to go, Steve, Mr. Stevie, one of the Hasbro employees, he works on the Star Wars line, great guy, English guy, started to really pump this thing up, right? Did a few live streams.
Social media stuff, yep.
Bit of social media, showcased the product. He had the prototype there. He was going through it. He was showing the light-up features, really giving it a push, and on social media. And I was like, there was a lot of,
Too late.
Well, there was a lot of like, hey, this thing's great. Get on board. If you like your Tron, this is your chance. Look at the card art that these figures are going to be packaged on at sample. But if it gets the green light, it's going to go into production, all this sort of thing. And then you start reading the comments and people are like, can we get it? Can we get a different offering? Like, can you remove some of the stuff? Or can you put, no, this is the thing. And they're like, well, it's dead. Like, you're spruiking this thing with a week out and get your passion and get that you love it and you want to see it made, and there's a lot of love gone into this and a lot of care and detail, but it's clearly not hitting the mark with the fans, and you're not willing to change. Like, I mean, I felt a little bit bad because he's trying to push
He's trying to do his
his
job.
best, but it was all too much too late from what I could tell. Now, on that note, Ben, 2 days to go. Where is the Kickstarter at? We need 10,000 backers to
2
get this
days
thing.
to go, 10,000 backers. Usually, a Kickstarter is close to or it's
Funded.
over its funding. Like, what was the last one? The Star Wars something? Star Wars? Yeah.
Not
It was
not the Ghost.
It was a prequel something, wasn't it?
Oh, the ship they'd already done.
yeah, that's
the
right.
gunship.
Yes, the gunship.
Yep.
The gunship.
Yep.
Now that was looking dicey. Remember that? That was looking dicey, and then all of them. It was a big push to the finish, and there was international backers that pushed it over the line. That got the first.
Got two out of 3 tiers.
Yeah,
I think.
a couple
did
of
well.
tiers done. So that was amazing. But I was close. That was in the 9,000 range. If it had a 10,000, it would 90%, 85, 90% there. This target 10,000, 1,254.
To go, like it fell 1,000 short. Is that what you're telling me?
That is total. That is total. And if they come up with some crap like international backers have jumped in, then they're pushing, they're fudging the numbers hard. Yeah. And
Well, you can't fudge that far because
To your point, Trent, with the comments, I would have said not so much change the offering, take $200 off the price, and then you might get people interested. That was the number. It wasn't. If you look at it objectively, it's a nice set, and if you showed that to people who might be interested, you would have said, "Give me a ballpark figure about what you'd be willing to pay for something like this."
5 3 3/4 inch, 2 vehicles.
It would not have been the
and a
stupid
base.
amount they were asking.
I mean,
for.
what do we pay? What do you pay for a 3 3/4 inch figure here? Super 7 as a benchmark, Colin.
So Super 7s, O-ring Joes
Yep.
are $20 US.
Yeah.
So that's $5.
That's
Add a little
100
bit more,
US.
because they're lower print runs, so you have to do a bit more markup. You're probably looking at say $30, $30 US.
Per
Okay.
figure.
So 30 times 5 is 150. Say what, $40 for the vehicle?
Yeah, at
there's
most.
really not much. How much? What's it retail at? The set?
The set, I've only got it in UK, so 260 UK
Okay.
euros.
As euros, is
Yeah.
it? Mm.
Not pounds.
Pounds, sorry. The F.
Yeah, no.
That's
fine.
You double that for Australian.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll just what
Yeah,
259 US is what they have it
Okay,
for.
so what were we at? 150 for the figures, at 80, 230.
Yeah,
and then your
20
base.
for the base. So
It's
does
a
work
light up
out.
base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's probably a bit of cost in that.
But
Can I just make a point? This is my point. Let's say, as a Minton card collector, I love Tron. I grew up with Tron. I love. I'm not a big Tron fan. I'm not going to get this regardless of how it's offered. But let's just say I like Tron, and I'm a Minton card collector, and I see those beautiful card art designs, the blisters, and I go, okay, look, the 5 figures. I'm happy to pay a premium because they're one off. It's a small print run, whatever. So happy to go $30, $35 per figure in the price. What am I going to do with the base? I want to display these Minton card on my wall. What good is a display base? So you're offering people these beautiful cards, and then what? You have to rip them open to display it the way that it's intended. It's odd to me because without the figures, and maybe you want to keep the light. Like, what's the point of the base?
Are you thinking this should have been a tiered approach where tier 1 is the 5 figures for $150?
Yeah.
And then $100 extra, you can buy the light cycles with the light up base.
I know. That's what I would do, and that makes sense. Yeah. But again, let's just say they get 10,000 for the figures and the vehicles, and then 200 or 1,254 for the light up base. Well, maybe that base isn't economical to make at that number. So you probably need some core. So I don't know. I just feel like this offering's not quite right. It's just the mix of it's not right. The price is not quite right. People don't feel there's value. And you're starting with a small fan base.
Yeah.
So I think they need to look long and hard at what went wrong. Because they had market testing, they had fans, they got them in a room, right? They said, "What do you want? How do you want it to look?" And all of these, they did all of that, and yet something's gone horribly wrong with the way that they've marketed it or the way they've explained it to people. Or, Stevie's come in late with the card art on the cell.
Well, how many people, when you think of all the sort of pop culture people that we've crossed in our lives, how many people do you think would put Tron in their top
Sean
3?
Fuster.
Top 3?
Oh, top 10.
Top 10.
10.
Yeah, but that's exactly my point, right? Like,
we've got a couple of people we know. Like, we've probably got 2 or 3 people
out of all the people you've ever talked to
10.
about toys.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the if that set was say, Batman animated series, and you got 5 figures, you got a little Batmobile, a little Jokermobile, and say a Gotham sort of base that had, the windows light up sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's an easy sell because it's Batman.
Yeah.
It's Batman.
You've
the
got a
animated
bigger
series.
base to start
Correct.
with.
Yeah. It was, as soon as I saw the theme of it, I'm like, this looks nice, but I don't know enough Tron fans that would get on board.
Yeah. Colin, in terms of other Kickstarters and how Kickstarters generally trend and track and that sort of thing, you got any other insights? I think I heard who are they? The guys, they do like a lot of Instagram.
Yes, have some.
No, not Yes Have Some. The two guys that talk American.
The
Reluctant Adult podcast. They were saying that this is currently trending as the lowest. I think you take out like Reaver Lightsaber out of the equation, you go to some of the other Kickstarters that didn't do too well. They need to basically double that number to be not the lowest.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Ben. If you're getting into 8,500 are going to jump in internationally to make this work, you're talking Enron math. I think part of the problem is it's not even so much that it's somebody's, it doesn't fit into somebody's top 3, doesn't fit into somebody's top 5. Even if you are a big fan, there's only so many people who have to have everything. And some people already have like reasonable representations. They have the vintage stuff. I was just doing a quick Google. Big Bad Toy Store still has a 6-inch Disney Tron figure in the same sort of outfit, but again, 6 inches tall, for $18.99 US, right? That's what you're competing against. 6-inch, $20. 3 3/4 inch, $20, $30 a figure, right? Like, is 3 3/4 inch a scale that is common out there for enough collectors? I think we've sort of universally moved to a 6-inch scale as collectors, unless you're into, O-Ring Joes or trying to think of another one, a Battle Beast.
Yeah, I feel like the scale was done to give you the vehicles as part of the package. If they were 6-inch figures, you would not have got light cycles.
I also think the price. People are now voting with their wallet and saying this is too expensive for something I'm a little bit, this is my 11th favorite film. So therefore, because it's not in my top 10 and because it's so expensive, I'm not willing to shell out that much money for something that's just outside of my favorite bunch of films.
And let's be honest, that's not 1,254 collectors. That is 1,000 collectors or 1,000 buyers, let's put it that way, and 254 doubles or triples that people want to
potentially
flip list down
right?
Yep. I was one buyer, but I bought 3 Sky Strikers. I bought 3 Hiss tanks, right? Like, you get that.
Yeah.
One to flip, one for Trent.
Yes.
One for me.
Also of note, there's no tiers in this scenario. So whether that's hurting as well, there's no incentive. The whole price is factored in from the start.
Correct.
It has worked with the Ghostbusters Ecto 1, I believe. They had the Lewis Tully as a incentive to vote early. But
I'm always baffled by how much fandom and how much support there is for Ghostbusters, because I appreciate the film, but it's kind of one of those ones where you're not radically changing the figure every time. This is a guy who's got 36,000 Optimus Prime figures, but so it's just clearly not my fandom. But like, I'm surprised at how much support there is for that, and maybe they thought, well, we can nudge Tron in there, and we've got the movie, and that'll do really well, and that'll draw business in. And I saw Ares, it was fine and forgettable.
Yeah. Well, from what I've heard, the music is more impressionable than the actual movie, so the soundtrack will probably live longer than the movie will.
There's a clip in the trailer where I don't know what it's called, that weird upside down U tank that goes, and it's going down, downtown Los Angeles. That's really cool, but that's memorable. But like, some of the performances, not really, and it doesn't really build on anything that's come before and all that stuff. So, I look at it as, it's an example of a time of plenty, right? Like, Trent, you and I were talking about this today. It used to be such a famine out there that if somebody did a bendy, a He-Man bendy, or a Tila bendy, you were all over it. You're buying 3 copies of it because it was the only thing out there. I was doing the same thing with Transformers. And now it's like you can be choosy as to what's going on.
Yeah.
I was flipping a note over to Mitch, and Mitch was like, I saw those Superman movie Ushis, but there's so much Superman stuff out there. I can really choose, right? As opposed to it's the only thing there, and I need to show my support.
Yeah.
And we've had so many Kickstarters from Hasbro offered, and I think people are just burned out, and the economy's not great in the States, despite what the orange one talks about. And you've tariffs on top of that. People are uneasy about having enough money for Christmas.
Yeah.
You're not going to spend it on a line that might be my 8th favorite thing or my 15th favorite thing. And you go back to the Sky Striker. That was dead in the water until Hasbro said, oh, we need to add another tier to it. And it was once they said, this is value for money because you're getting 3 additional figures, then it shot up.
Yeah. That's what gets me is that we haven't had that course correction.
Yeah.
And they've just stuck to their guns so vehemently to go, well, this is the offering. I'll show you some of how it lights up, and that'll be enough to get the extra 8,900 backers that I need. Not a great strategy, unfortunately. So I'm sorry for all the Tron fans that really want this and the people that have backed it so far. We're not looking. We don't want these things to fail. There's a lot of passion gone into it, but hopefully there's some learnings out of it where they can course correct and move forward.
But what I find interesting is, Hasbro is not a spring chicken to this, and Unicron took 4 attempts to get over the finish line. They've had ones that have died, and I'm always surprised that. And maybe it's just brand specific. Maybe G.I. Joe was smart enough to do it, but Star Wars wasn't with the Rancor. But you would have thought after 6 years they would have seen the writing on the wall and extended the deadline, changed the deadline, taken it out, and retooled it. Yeah. Like it's an embarrassment for them every time they go through this, and it doesn't go anywhere. And then for not being willing to change doesn't really endear you to the fan community.
No.
All right, well, it's fair to say with 2 days to go, this version of Tron is game over.
You were just silent that whole bit. You planned that out.
I'm waiting.
Waiting like a shark. Well,
it got the reaction
this man.
too.
Boo.
Something else that we were all waiting on, in fact, I was waiting on and sent Scotty a sneaky text in the morning just to make sure he'd remembered to place the order.
3 a.m. in the morning.
He's just tapping at your window.
It was 3:05. I just gave you a bit of extra time. It was the Powers of Grayskull Red Shadow figure, which I think it's been long enough for the Masters of the Universe toy line to get a wolf into their toy line, a really cool werewolf type character, and it comes in the form of Red Shadow. The warrior in the iron mask. He has a really cool backstory. He's sort of got this mask that he's sort of forced to wear, and it's kind of left this spell red marking on his face. So that's really cool. He's part of the Powers of Grayskull line. He's the 3rd figure to come from the Origins after Shirella. We had Hero as well as the first figure that was released. So he is the 3rd figure. No Eldor yet, which we're all still waiting on. But he's sort of like a beast man. He's blue. He's got a green belt and brown loincloth and boots, or sort of braces above the shin. And he's got a wolf's face with the red markings on him. He comes with that. I think Mothman might have come with something similar in the classics line, like a vine style sash that he wears, and it's got a little belt on it. And he also comes with a spear, an arrow, and his iron mask. He's a cool figure. He was a Club Grayskull exclusive. You had to be a member. I panicked because the limit originally was set at 1. And I'm like, well, that's not great because you can't combine shipping, and it was only available in the US, not in the Australian Mattel Creation store. $38 Australian to order. Scotty, what was this like trying to jump on and grab 3, 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for Chris?
Well, what I've kind of worked out over the last 12 months is that these more obscure figures don't sell out straight away.
Hang on.
Well,
Take your stinger out of your mouth, please.
I was going to ask what is the history of this guy, because a bit like Shirella, I'm like, where does this guy come from?
So I'm just, before we get into the history, Trent knows more about the history than I do.
Okay.
But Stinger was a made-up character, and it sold out very, very quickly and left a lot of people unhappy.
But he
It did
looks
sell
so
out,
cool.
but it came back up on the website.
Okay,
Yeah.
I apologise.
right.
All right.
Is it still available? I think it was.
Last I checked, it was.
It's been up for a couple of weeks.
So
I reckon.
Stinger is still available.
I believe so.
Cool.
He certainly
that's
was
cool.
available for a long
right,
time.
right.
And so that gives me the luxury of I don't have to jump up at 4 a.m. in the morning like I was with some of the early stuff. I can comfortably sleep in until 8 o'clock, grab the phone, jump on. It's not on the Australian website yet. Easy.
I think
Go
you
to
can
the
take a
US
good
website.
gamble on a character like this, not to sell out, whereas Stinger,
Yeah.
I think, appealed to the general public more so than
It's
this
a lot
character.
easier than it has been, and I'm thankful for it.
Yeah, and I've said to Scotty in the past, look, don't bother getting up. If it sells out too bad, we'll deal with it. Just get up in the morning, place the order. So hopefully we're all good. In terms of the history of Red Shadow, I don't know if you remember, but Axel Jimenez did a lot of the artwork when they were doing classics of what new figures could look like. So it's sort of like a concept figure. It's part of designing classics that he came up with. He was doing a lot of kind of parts reusage. So he'd go, this is Beastman with the new head, and here's how we can utilize other accessory. There's a lot of his beautiful prototype artwork done in sketch format that was part of that kind of classics line. So he was once an outcast Beastman from Preternia. So the story is his clan believed these markings on his face signaled misfortune, and so he was exiled. Red Shadow was captured and forced into service by the Great Black Wizard. However, with his arrival and help from Mothman, Red Shadow defeated the wizard and was freed, pledging himself to King Grayskull and the Masters of the Universe. So, yeah, kind of like a backstory was made up to give him a bit of...
So he doesn't come from like Shirella, for example, comes from the artwork of Megator or anything like that?
He's more modern.
He's a classic
more
design.
modern.
Sure.
Yep.
But he's not the first wolf in Masters of the Universe.
Oh.
The Terror Wolf.
Oh, yeah, well, true.
Yeah,
that's right.
Has not have an Origins release, and a bit more modern interpretation as well.
Yes,
But,
you're right. Yep.
So we've got one good guy wolf and a bad guy wolf now. So
There it is.
So does he throw it down with Action Force?
Possibly. Yeah.
Sorry. Right, not a G.I. Joe podcast.
I don't get that reference.
Red Shadow is the evil characters in Action Force. The Red Skull, is that right? Yeah.
They're the
Robo
faction.
Skull
Right.
and Black Major and
Yeah.
Robo
Skull,
Skull.
I know.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. On to other news. We have the Cryptoids from our buddies, Yes Have Some podcast. And this is absolutely amazing because they've been teasing these sort of this line, this just a title, Cryptoids. Cryptoids are coming and things, and they've been like, we're just waiting for the right time to release it and getting all their balls in line and all that sort of stuff. And they've finally released this character. And I have to say, I'm incredibly impressed.
So this is in Yes Have Some have been part of the design of this? Is that what
they
you
are
mean?
they are kickstarting it themselves.
Oh, wow,
So
okay.
Craig and
Abby
and and they've sort of created them. They've used their fandom and things of what they like and stuff. And obviously, this has taken a lot from the Godzilla and Mothra and things like that.
Yeah.
And this Cryptoid is a good guy. And yeah, it looks
cool.
It looks awesome.
We'll explain it to the viewers if they haven't
So
seen
it's
it.
a purple character. It's got Mothra sort of wings on the back that has wicked little designs and colors and stuff. It's got like that sort of suckling honeybee, sort of
Snousy
butterfly
type thing,
mouth thing. It's got like griffin type feet, like a crow or something like that. A bird It looks like it's got light piping, so there must be at the back.
Is that light piping or is that a battery operated?
Yeah.
I thought it might be light piping.
It's
I'm not really sure. It's 5.5 inch tall. That's one thing they didn't sort of specify on the announcement. And of course, like any good, this is the good guy character. This is Wave 1, and of course, like any Kickstarter program, they've got a variant already organized, and it is the black sort of version with red eyes, which just looks so cool.
That pops.
So this is Cryptoids Battle of War for the Green Planet, Wave 1, and his name is Mothman. Spring 2026 is when it's coming. They've got their own Instagram handle and website and stuff, so look out for Cryptoids Toys for more news and reviews. Jacob is the character design sculpted by The Glowing Ghost, and story concepts by Splash Mummy, which is Abby.
Abby, great.
The whole crew behind Yes Have Some Podcast are sort of doing this for a podcast to get that big and to create their
they've got a
toys.
lot of talented creators on there, artists. The other guy, not Jacob, but the Canadian
guy?
Canadian guy.
Yep. I forget his name too.
I feel terrible. He works on films and does a lot of design work. So they're a very talented group. Jacob Walsh is a massive Godzilla fan. Loves his Sofubi stuff. So it definitely has that influence. But the style is really good. It looks like a vintage toy. It's got those aesthetic to it.
It's got a nice amount of articulation, but it's not
overdone.
Face. Yeah. Yep.
No, good on him. Good luck.
This is obviously Wave 1. I'm very, very interested to see the bad guy for this line.
So the bad guy's not the Black Moth? That's just a variant?
This is it. Just at the moment, this is it. Just the
smart move.
Mothman.
Just go. It's a very expensive exercise to get this stuff tooled up. So wishing the Yes Have Some team all the best on their Kickstarter.
Ryan Dole was.
Ryan Dole. I was trying to find it.
Terrible. We love Ryan. He's great. All right. Well, that's it for news. There wasn't a lot today, but we have a lot of other stuff to talk about with Colin. So hit the stinger and let's get into a bit of this.
Whoa, dude. Nice score.
Latest scores.
Why does everybody laugh when I play that?
It's Frank. Frank at his best.
I was channeling Wayne's World there, man.
Dude.
It was. Am I the latest score? It was all about me. So,
well, let's start this off. Well, actually, I want to start this off, Colin. Today, you've arrived at Ben. We're recording at Ben's place tonight.
Yep.
This is the third stop in the Toy Power tour. You haven't seen Scotty's place, but you're staying at my place. It's in my toy room. Last night, these lads went out drinking. Scotty, Colin, and Frank went back to Frank's place, had a few beers, got some pizza, checked out Frank's toy room, and now we're immersed in the beautiful Ben toy room. What do you think? Okay, so of all the toy rooms, impressions. What do you think? You can start with Ben's, but then I want to hear your summary of the different toy room experiences you've had so far.
Okay, and I should add. Chris Fresh is in there.
Oh, and Fresh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
From Melbourne, yes, you came through Melbourne a couple of times.
So, and everybody's a little different, and there's similarities in there. So first of all, everybody's toy rooms are way more organized than mine. I'm still in boxes. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'll work on it for 6 weeks, and then I'll lose the script and be gone for 6 months. First of all, it's Ben's and Chris's rooms are very much very interesting to me because they're separate, right? They're in carport,
yes,
or what could be a carport space. So that's really interesting. So Ben's, I walk in, and Ben's, yours reminds me a lot of Dan's, my buddy back home, in the sense that the way it's curated, the way some things sort of are in one spot, and then there might be a little bit more in another spot.
Yep.
I'm really impressed with your laser focus on certain lines and how succinct they're set up and how clean they're set up. I will say that about all 4 toy rooms. Like, there's minimal dust. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of it feels like a place that you could hang out in. Now, I appreciate for collectors it's would be overwhelming, but for non-collectors rather, but for collectors it's it's not so much that it's so dense that you can't see anything. And you get a lot of collectors who it's Frank, you and I were talking about that last night, where it's 6 or 7 figures per, and you can't appreciate any of them because they're touching
hiding
each other.
Yeah.
But I mean, behind Frank is your Battle Beast collection, which is just the single greatest Battle Beast collection I've ever seen.
Thank you.
And it may be one of the best curated collections I've ever seen as well of a toy line. Ditto with your Dino Riders.
That's just the bad guy. I made a big call that I was only going to collect the bad guys, and I knuckled down and collected all the Ice Age characters and things like that. So that's a full run of all the
it's everything.
Yeah. But all contained in a box. And then I was remarking, like, you go around the room and there's another Battle Beast, so you can really see the love and joy of a line that lasted a year and a half, barely 2 series, and but continues to have this resonance. And then every once in a while there'd be something like, oh, that's really cool, or like I was looking over a Trent's shoulder and looking at some of the Batman figures over there, or a He-Man figure would catch my attention, right? And then your G.I. Joe, which is where I'm like, okay, how would I set mine up? And that's how I would
Transformers.
Set mine up. Yeah, sorry, the Transformers. Yeah. Sorry, G.I. Joe on the brain, clearly. Frank's is, again, it's that space between figures and being able to look at a figure and appreciate it in all its splendor and not feel like you're completely distracted by what's to the left, to the right, and behind and in front. Like everything has its place. The Supergirl Shrine is amazing. Like, again, there's probably not another Supergirl collection like that. Certainly not that I've ever seen. And then some of the bits in terms of the He-Man stuff versus the Turtles, and the nice thing about them, and as somebody who has a small collection of He-Man and a non-existent collection of Turtles, it's surprising to me how well those two lines blend together, as opposed to 3 3/4-inch G.I. Joes and Transformers. They don't really work in the same way, unless you're talking the new ones that have come out that are the crossovers.
Yeah.
So and the lighting is really good in that room, and we used to have a pool table in my basement, and it was not a full-size pool table because the room was not full size, and you couldn't make certain shots without banging the pool cue against the wall, and you don't feel that in your room. Like it's not like I'm going to reach back and accidentally pull down 3 shelves, right? Like,
please don't.
And we were out there, and me having more than a couple of drinks and some jet lag because it's 2.5 hours difference from between Adelaide and Queenstown, which is where I was in 24 hours before, and getting up super early, and I'll tell you all about that adventure, but and then Trent's I've had a taste of. I haven't gone in and done the photo work, and I wouldn't say yours is like a toy store. I would say it was more like a kind of a museum, where things can come off the pegs and you can see the line behind them. When I was at the Strong wasn't. It had a museum element for toys, but what it should have had is what you had, which is you can see all the things on the pegs, and it doesn't really matter that you can't see all the figures. You can see the breadth of the line because there's 6 on a peg and there's 3 pegs. Okay, so there's 18 figures in this line. This is what they're representing. Oh, if I get bored with those ones, I can flip them around and whatnot. And, you have a lot of, I mean this with all love, you have a lot of eclectic tastes in terms of your carded, which I love because they're my eclectic taste, right? Like, there's Total Justice. There is the Warner Brothers store Batman figures from 30 years ago. There's the Superman Man of Steel line from 1995. Like, I adore those lines. And then you turn around and here's your Here's your loose figures, your ever-expanding G.I. Joes, your ever-expanding WWF figures, and the vintage carded He-Mans, and then the stuff around the corner. Like, it's just chef's kiss all around. So, and then not to leave Fresh out of it, Fresh is again, and he hasn't been in that space so long. I'm just so impressed that he's got it set up so fast. And he's got some really cool pieces, and you can really sort of like, he's got the Starscream as Sky Striker.
Yeah,
that's
nice.
there, and he's got his nice little setup too with the mics for the podcasting, and again, there's just so many different things. He has like a little section dedicated to Sergeant Slaughter. Which is wonderful because he's so important to the G.I. Joe fandom, and just fantastic. Like just joyful to look at all these things. I'm gonna have to go home and up my games.
Beautiful. Hey, now you've come from New Zealand. You've been doing, that's where you and Beth have been touring around and doing a variety of different things. But part of your journey has been to check out different toy stores and see what's out there in the collectible world of New Zealand, which I know Frank has been there, but it was more of a farmland expedition, wasn't it? It was more see all the animals, sheep.
We had a 4-year-old.
Yep. Now, today we've had a whirlwind tour of Adelaide, the Adelaide toy scene. So we checked out a couple of department stores, Big W, went to Greg Horner at Toys R Go. We checked out Cherry at Mad Zombie Collectibles. We got into the city and checked out Adelaide Comic Centre. And a few other stores. We got to Zing, EB Games, JB Hi-Fi, Shin Tokyo. We got around. We tried to get to Marion to do the Lego store and a few other bits and bobs, but that car park was out of control and it was pouring. But Colin, love to hear your thoughts about what the New Zealand and Australia toy scene has delivered, what you've been hunting, maybe some later scores.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm interested as well for you to tell the story about a certain sound wave you've been trying to track down for moving on.
Absolutely.
But give us your thoughts of what it's like.
So, two totally different experiences between Adelaide and Melbourne / New Zealand. So let me give you the itinerary. So Beth and I left Canada, left Ottawa. We went back in time to fly to Vancouver on what was then Saturday afternoon, evening. We actually arrived in Vancouver, bottom of the 9th inning, Jays versus Los Angeles. Runner, a person from the Jays in scoring position. You can tell I'm not a baseball person, right? He's on third. He makes a run for it. He gets called out at home. There's like 4 replays. Everybody's defeated. And then a couple innings go on, and LA wins it, and again the Americans are on top. So we get back on the airplane. This is about midnight, Saturday night, November 1st, and we arrive in Brisbane 1:00 Monday morning because we go all the way into the future. We Sunday was a write-off. It just didn't exist for us. Then we land. Then we land in Melbourne, and Melbourne became our hub, right? So I will bounce back to Melbourne. I will be to Melbourne 3 times. We were there for 3 days. Chris opened up his home for us, had Beth and I over for a barbecue, so we got to meet Jonesy, we got to meet Mitch, we got to meet their families. Chris opened up a set of blockies, and we were basically, cheap Chinese labor for him.
You know how much he loves building those things.
And they're so much fun. It was like, he's like, I'm getting rid of this chore, and I'm like, this is like, manna from heaven. And so that was fantastic. And so Thursday, this was the 6th, we flew over to Auckland. We were there for a day and a half. Saw a couple of actually went to 2 concerts on the Friday night, just little local gigs.
Oh, nice.
I was like, what's going on? When's the next time I'm going to be in Auckland? It'll be a couple of years at least. So I did that. And then we went to Rotorua, which is the via Hobbiton. We went to Rotorua, so the hot springs. We took a trip over to Taipei. Sorry, not Taipei. Taupo. Because there's a McDonald's there that is in a DC-3.
That's so good.
And so, like, that was like, we are spending the $120 on the bus return and to do this. And Beth is like, if we can take a boat ride out to see an obscure Maori sculpture in a rock, we'll do that. I'm like, anything to go to this McDonald's. We will do this.
You've flown halfway around the world.
Yeah.
They have McDonald's in Canada,
They
right?
do, but they don't have them on DC-3. So, and I should say at this point, so Chris is driving us home again. Like, Melbourne is massive geographically, and on my list was to see this Art Deco McDonald's, and I had mentioned it to Chris, and so on the way home he made sure we got through it, and of course it's beside a brothel, right, which we don't have in Canada, at least legally, and I don't know if I took more pictures in front of the McDonald's or in front of the brothel, but it was in contention, but like that was amazing. And Chris the whole time was like, I don't get this, right? It's just a McDonald's, right? So from Rotorua we went down to Wellington. We were there for a couple of days. I'll come back to that. Down to Christchurch for a couple of days. Over to Queenstown for a couple of days. So it was bus to Rotorua. It was bus to Wellington. It was flight to Christchurch. It was flight to Queenstown. We had to do 2 passes to get into Queenstown because the weather was so bad.
It's windy flying into Queenstown Airport.
And Beth was like on the edge of her seat. Like, I've never seen her so shaken by air
turbulence
travel.
or
it's just one of the worst airports to land into.
Yeah. She was like, I might be done flying. I'm like, well, I guess we're retiring here then, right? Like, I hope we could do telework. So and so then we left there. So we arrived in Melbourne on Thursday. Hotel at the airport. Again, Chris, the wonderful human being he is, I had left some stuff with him. He took the hour and a half or so to get from his place to drop it off. We chatted for about 30-40 minutes. It was lovely. Beth got to say her farewells, and then she got up at 3:30 in the morning to catch an 8:10 flight that she had to be there 3.5 hours in advance. The hotel had warned us, make sure you tell us at the front desk there's somebody still in the room, otherwise we'll start cleanup as soon as you're gone. She leaves. I go back to sleep for 2 hours. Knock, knock, knock at the door, open up, lights come on. It's 7:30. I'm like,
housekeeping.
Get the F out of here. I still want to sleep. So we had a bit of a delay getting in yesterday because there was a Jetsgo jet on the runway and it couldn't make itself work, and so 4 other jets were held up. So, which was great because you guys hit traffic.
We hit traffic, Adelaide. All the traffic in the world. We couldn't deal with it. Clipsal, roadworks. It was shocking. We actually went to a concert, a comedian show. Jimmy Reese was performing that night, and he was like, "Yeah, all I've been hearing since I've been in Adelaide is people complaining about this traffic." He's like, "Come on, guys! Welcome to the real world. This is what it's like for the rest of us in actual city."
Melbourne.
That's right.
So, toy-wise, of course, I'm going to hit every toy store, and New Zealand's 5 million people. It's a beautiful country. It's amazing, but it's hard when you're stuck in the city core to really find sort of niche toy stores. And you Google comic book stores because you hope that's going to be a symbol for something, and Google is not always particular when it finds like niche toy stores.
Yeah,
and we were only in Auckland for a day, so finding those ones. There was sort of a legendary record store called something Groovy. I can't remember the name of it now. And I bought a couple of records there because I'm a giant nerd. I own the soundtrack to Breakin' 2 already, and so when I found a Breaking, I had to have that as well. So that's sitting in my luggage right now. The only real collectible store that I found was in Wellington. It was a lot of the stuff was really sun damaged. A lot of it was 15-year-old DC Direct stuff.
Right.
That they wanted $150, $200 for.
Oh, serious eBay prices type thing.
Yeah, and not in the condition for it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not like there was a figure there that I had literally bought for $5 loose.
Yeah.
And you've got $100 on it? No, that's not happening. So they have 3 big chains that I'm aware of. Farmers, which is the Canadian equivalent is closer to the Hudson Bay Company. They have a Kmart, which I would put the equivalent as a U.S. Target, and the other one is the Warehouse, which feels a little bit more like a Walmart. I have a group chat with a number of Transformer toy collectors in Ottawa, and everybody was that day talking about an auction on eBay for Earthspark Soundwave, who was being sold loose, hadn't sold, but was being listed at $1,000 US.
So why that much for it? Never got released? Or?
Yeah, well, a tail ender. There weren't very many of them that came out, and everybody wants it because it's Soundwave, right? It's a main character, and he's got a cool design. It's sort of a stealth bomber, right? That night, walked into a warehouse, bought 2.
Oh, wow.
Was in...
So $2,000 then?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And then in Wellington... No. In
and that's loose, so $2,000 each. So that's, you know... Isn't that crazy? Sorry, that's just...
but are we sure? Do we know what it's sold for?
No, and there are other ones on there that are sort of in the $100 to $150 range.
Yeah, I think that's probably more just to set your expectations. Because we found one today.
Yeah.
Right.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
This one?
Yeah.
That?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I have
no.
4.
No, it's not that. Is it that one? No.
Which one is it? No,
it's
not that
in a
one.
different box. It's better than that.
It's a deluxe. It's articulate. It's the $35 to $45 range ones.
Yeah.
Okay, keep talking.
Yes. So don't worry. You got me in person now. You're stuck with me. So I got 4 of those. I got 4 of another character, and then one more besides. So, one for me, obviously, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of them. So probably flip them and help pay for my trip a little bit and pay the expenses of, going back with more than $800 worth of stuff. Canada Customs, if you're listening to me, I'm totally under my limit.
I found it. So thank you.
So yeah, what else?
It doesn't look like $1,000 worth.
No, that's why I think I'd set it at 150.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The other thing that I found at that warehouse was there's a line called, I think they're called Smash Bots, and they're basically these little cars with a pop-up head. They don't really transform. It's just like almost like crack-ups, right? They're about maybe 2 inches long, and there's a pair of them, and there's 4 sets of 2 already out, plus 2 deluxe packages with 5 figures each, right? So there's a Scorponok, an Optimus, a Megatron, a Shockwave, but some interesting characters. Well, there's a second wave that's come out, and I think they're tail enders, and I couldn't take the risk of missing them because one set is Shadow Panther and Ravage, and another one has Clench. A third set has Starscream and Slipstream. So they also have come home. There's been a couple other little things I picked up, but I'm trying to be careful because weight is an issue, size is an issue, but the other thing too is if when I go back to Melbourne on Wednesday and Chris and Mitch and I are going out toy shopping there, so that means I'm going to Lobos.
Yeah.
And if a second piece of luggage is required, it will be purchased, and we will figure that out.
Yeah.
So.
Lobos is just as much as a museum as it is a destination to go. So but it's very expensive.
Very, very expensive.
Very
Yeah.
expensive.
The other thing I picked up in New Zealand, I picked up in Auckland. I adore 12-inch action figures. I love the old Toy Biz 10-inch figures, like among my favorites, because you really appreciate the level of detail in those old 94, 95, 96 figures. We were talking about Dr. Doom and The Thing and Johnny Storm yesterday, but like my favorite has always been Archangel, and just seeing the muscles on him and whatnot. So Mattel did DC characters for the longest time, both for the Snyderverse and for the regular universe. When they lost the license, Spin Master took it over. So they've been doing some amazing ones. And of course, Marvel does theirs. The problem with Marvel is they lack knee and elbow articulation. The sculpts are really good. They're all unique sculpts, but the paint apps are also cheaped out on because they're $12 throwaway figures for kids. The DC ones always had elbows, didn't always have knees. Knees were integrated into it. They used the same sort of scale for some Jurassic Park figures. They used them for WWE figures. Probably a couple other ones besides. They had their own Max Steel line, so there's some other ones there.
Yep.
But they were all from the same buck in a lot of cases, right? So you might have a different head or a different set of arms, but basically, if you look at all of the bucks, that you can tell they're the same. In fact, we bought one today at I forgot
Mad Zombie.
Yeah, Mad Zombie, which is it's a 10-year-old Nightwing from a 6-pack. It was the exclusive one, but it, without the paint, it's the same figure as Superman.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
So, but $10, it's coming home with me. So, this is why I'm so sad that Spin Master is losing their license. I think they've gotten more stuff distributed in the United States than they did in Canada and in Australia and New Zealand. But they did a really good job with those 12-inch figures because they were all unique sculpts and they had the articulation. And I had picked up from the Superman movie, Superman, my man, Mr. Terrific, my other man, Guy Gardner, and my girl, Hawk Girl.
Yep.
I didn't know there was an Ultraman, and there was one in Auckland, and it was just like, this is coming home for sure. So I'm hoping. I think I was saying to you, Frank, I'm hoping that there's a Peacemaker in the offering, or a couple more before they lose the license. That they go out in a blaze of glory, like McFarlane seems to be trying.
Yeah, McFarlane are really out there.
But yeah, that was a great find today, is finding that Nightwing. So
Beautiful. Good stuff.
Cool.
Well, I had a lot of fun taking Colin around today, hitting up those locations. Lot of great stuff. We checked out the what are they called? Toymate. Toymate at Marion, not Sammy Cripps. I'd never been to the Marion one. It was huge. Like it was. We spent probably like a good solid half hour in the first half of the store, which was the boys' half, and then there was like a whole nother wing, which was just the girls' aisle, and we did that. We checked that out. Yeah. So we were there for like a good hour, I reckon.
And the thing about that was, and we were talking about it in the car, I came to Australia with a mission, which was to get Transformer Ushis. Never came out in North America. Prohibitively expensive to get because they mark up the 7-packs for $17, $18 US, and then you've got $40 shipping on top of it. So like, no thank you. And they had like dead stock after dead stock.
This is 2017 stock.
Yeah. So I bought 6, I think.
Cleared
6.
them out.
Yeah. I now have all of the ones that were available in that sense. So I've gone from having Chris sent me a set. So I had an Optimus, a Megatron, a Cliff Jumper, and then a 7-pack. And I've gone from that to having 24 and now chasing the remaining 12. So, and, Ushis are terrible except for the ones that you love. At which point they're wonderful, right? Like,
that's right. Yeah, they very much are. That was great. They had just some really interesting stuff in that store. And it's like you can tell they've got the regular stock, right? Yeah. And then they've sort of you can tell they've got a whole heap of something and they're just clearancing. Like, for example, I walk in and you don't see this at retail a lot, but Super 7 Reaction, they had 3 out of 4 of the cartoon turtles. So they had like Leonardo, I think they had Donatello, and they might have they had a Raph. I don't know if they had a Mikey, or they didn't have one of them, and they were like $17 for a Reaction, which is good price. Like they're usually about 35 Australian.
Yep.
Then you've got Samurai Leo. You've just got a peg full of him, just him, Samurai Leo. And then a little bit further down, you've got the whole wave, all 5 figures of the Beast Wars reaction, which is, I'd never got them. I'd got all the G1 stuff, never got the Beast Wars. So it was like, man, for $13 each, bang, like what a, and they mint all great. So there was a lot of like that sort of stuff. You go, wow, okay, that's kind of interesting. But this was my find today in Adelaide Arcade, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles LHT pop-up storybook. And this thing is absolutely beautiful from 1990.
That's amazing.
Dead mint.
Dead mint, like all the pop-up fit, nothing's ripped, all of it works. You've got like all the different, cardboard, twist. You got the sewer here are the baby turtles, and they're going to grow into big turtles. Like, it's just genius.
Something like that from that era. You'd expect that to be drawn on by some kid, or the things have been ripped because they didn't understand how the pop-up feature works.
Correct.
That looks brand new.
And you've even got at the end, you've got the sewer lid that you lift up and out pop all the turtles. So that was beautiful. That's a really nice find. So I thought it was a really great sample of what Adelaide has to offer. We didn't get out north, so we didn't get out to Collectible Chaos, that sort of thing. I don't think they're open on a Sunday, but was a great little adventure. We have some gifts to do. I think we got to start giving out some gifts. So I know, Scotty, we've got something from Toy Power for Colin, or a couple of things we're going to present to Colin, because there's a couple of official items in here. We'll talk them through. Do you want to do that now? I know Colin might have some gifts to give out as well.
Yeah. Santa came early from the North Pole,
and you've got that one in front of you, which is from Morgatron as well. That box
so
that
let's
we're gonna crack open.
Because we've been talking back and forth about some stuff, and he was very kind to drop off to you guys directly, so that I wouldn't have to pay exorbitant amounts of shipping, and their DVDs.
All right, the DVDs.
And I have. Oh yeah, so I amongst everything else, I collect all Transformer games, and he's given me Dark of the Moon, Revenge of the Fallen, the original movie game on PS3, Transformers the game on PS2, and the Creative Studio PC DVD.
Wow,
which is fantastic.
Cool.
So 5 more from my collection.
Can I have a look at that Creative Studio one?
Yeah, of course.
That's
wow.
amazing.
So thank you, Morgatron.
Very cool.
Fantastic.
Very cool.
I just love the concept of Morgatron having like this vault of like Transformer stuff, and going, Colin's here, time to pass on the video games from all the movies. That's fantastic. Yeah. And we were actually chatting on the way back from the airport about different video games. On the way to Floppy's, we popped through Floppy's place on the way, Frank and I, picking up Colin from the airport. And that was a great to see Floppy's video game collection. It's full on. It's incredible.
It's a nice collection.
Yeah.
And he's playing this game, and forgive me, I've forgotten the name of it again, but it was like it
looked like a
Transformer game, and I'm like, I've been looking for a Transformer game to play. So just a bunch of mech units. I'm like, I'm
cool.
All
right. So collectively, we have we've sourced a unique gift for you. We put our heads together. We thought, with Colin coming to Australia, what could Toy Power give you that you will not have in your collection? But is it
a Tron Kickstarter?
No one's got that.
No one's ever gonna get that.
The one prototype that they had.
Well, we don't know that Colin doesn't have this. We're just assuming he doesn't have it. Do we know?
I'll be very surprised.
Okay.
So if you have it, act surprised. Act like you don't have it.
Absolutely.
We had to find something that was
It's an Australian exclusive.
An Australian exclusive.
Yeah.
What have we?
And it's vintage as well.
What have we created here in Australia? What do we have that is going to be completely unique? So,
are you asking me to guess?
Well, I don't think you're going to guess.
I didn't know this. I didn't know this existed.
Top 3 things that you know that are from Australia that was exclusive. That's vintage.
The Wiggles, Steve Irwin, and Kylie Minogue.
Yep.
It's funny because so not exclusive to Australia, but exclusive to Australia and
maybe exclusive packaging to Australia.
The figure you can get.
The figure you can get worldwide.
So, Toll Toys used to distribute Action Man, which is G.I. Joe.
Yes,
so unique packaging. I can't even imagine how much they would cost.
No,
but-
we couldn't afford that.
Yeah. they're beautiful. And then there's exclusive Action Masters here. There's exclusive Tiger Force figures. In fact, we found an exclusive Tiger Force at the shop too today. So so that was great. So
all right,
just let him open it.
Yeah, okay.
Spider-Man wrapping, nice.
Oh wow.
Is he acting surprised or is he acting?
I think he's surprised. I think he genuinely doesn't.
I have never seen this anywhere other than the internet.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So explain it to the
Describe it.
listeners
Yeah,
what
there we
you've
go.
got.
So, Toy Biz had the license for DC and Marvel at the same time.
That's right. Yeah.
They did a Flash figure, and then there was a television show, and this is the Flash figure with the Flash television series logo with running arm action by a company called LHT, which must be a local.
Look.
There you go.
LHT.
Oh, wow.
There we go. The book, same book.
There's nothing on the back.
It's just
Isn't
got
it?
blank
Is it
cardboard.
It
blank?
says
It's just blank.
Maidstone Vic, which is terrific because you don't have to worry about I'm
Yeah.
not
Losing
showing
the
this really
artwork,
cool
yeah.
back.
So this is essentially the Superpowers designed Flash, and then it was remade by Toy Biz.
By Toy Biz, yeah, for their
and
DC superheroes.
That's
line or
right.
whatever it
That's
was,
right.
yeah.
But this is that figure on like a black sort of cardboard with what describe it to me, Scotty. It's yellow.
It's very much inspired by the 90s Flash
Yeah.
program.
Yeah. The TV show, yeah.
John
Live
Wesley
action.
Ship. And it's got that logo from the show on there.
And the Flash looks like John Wesley Ship, doesn't it?
It does,
Yeah.
yeah. It's amazing.
So I was in grade 12, grade 11 when the Flash was on the television, and I loved it. I was like, Batman had just come out. We see this on the show. The only downside of it was, you didn't have the villains. It was more of a, this gang lord or this drug dealer or whatever that he was facing off. But like, I knew this existed, and I don't even think I have the Toy Biz version.
Right.
Like,
Right. Cool.
and I love John Wesley Snipes. I think he's just the most wonderful human being, and that show is amazing. And him showing up as Jay Garrick in the this is
that was cool.
brilliant. Oh my god, Dan is gonna cry.
Did
Well, there
you
you
know, speaking of villains from the show, did you know that Mark Hamill was on an episode?
Yeah, and it's great because if you've watched the new Flash, he comes back as the
Yes.
trickster.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
so
And
good.
I think he voices the trickster in the Bruce Timm animated.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like full circle. It's great.
There's an episode of the Justice League where the trickster is, up to his old tricks, but he's, shoot, what's his name? Plays Lex Luthor in Smallville.
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg.
Yep.
Who voices the Flash. They have a chat, and he basically convinces the trickster to stand down and take his medication and be a productive citizen. So
Yeah, right.
it's a brilliant scene. So this is terrific. Thank you so much. I just wish I had a clear case for it. I don't know anybody on Toy Power in the Toy Power community that makes clear cases.
Yeah, that's Glenn. Hit up Glenn. He's in Melbourne.
You're going back through Melbourne, right?
Yeah,
Like-
sort one and sort one.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
Do we have anything else for Cole while we're there?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
we do.
we
We've
do.
got one
Oh
more
my
item
God.
here. 10 times you've been on Toy Power. Is that the current count?
It will be on
next
here
episode.
personally. Next episode
Yeah,
will be
right.
10.
Okay.
Well, do we hold off until?
Nah,
do we make him wait another week?
Do it now.
All right, here we go.
My
So-
birthday is Christmas Day, so I'm always waiting for gifts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Here's an early one.
This is a special gift from us as a team for
Okay.
you, as a much valued member of our community.
Another Australian exclusive.
Oh, I was thinking I needed this T-shirt when I got off the plane. It's a Toy Power podcast exclusive T-shirt. Oh, and it's my size too. That's amazing.
Beautiful.
That's oh my god, hugs all around after this. Thank you. All right, so let me return the favor.
Oh, and just while Colin's doing that, I'll tell a little story. So, we're eating breakfast. Colin's there. The kids are going to go to their grandparents, and Colin's got a few gifts for everyone. So he brings them down to the kitchen table as everyone's about to go out. The boys get some. They love their Pokemon cards. They had some ice hockey cards and a little G.I. Joe figure that they opened up, and very excited opened up their cards and had a look through. Leanne, not a big collector and doesn't love collecting because of all the stuff I've got, but she loves Wicked, and it's so funny because she never does this about anything. But Wicked came out, Thursday, just gone, and Friday she had the day off and she took Robbie to see Wicked, and that was the thing to do. Anyway, Colin presents her. He gets out like a box, so it's like the ephemera of the packaging in the toy store of unfolds this box. And it's like, okay, what's going to go in that? And then pulls out a Care Bear done as the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh,
So
nice.
the box in the box, and it's fantastic. And Leanne loved it. Absolutely loved it. Anyway, I wasn't expecting anything because Colin had brought me a few other bits and bobs that we'd talked about. But he goes, and thank you for hosting, and presented me with this box. And I'm sort of looking at it. I'm like, can't tell kind of what's in there, what shape it is. Doesn't quite look familiar. So it looks a bit like Mattel Creations style of brown mailer.
Yep.
So anyway, I crack it open and I go, no way. It cannot be, but I think it might be. And so I'm sort of feverishly trying to get this thing open.
Can it be?
And I'm like, it is. And it was Pythona from Classified.
Wow.
The figure that I've been wanting to get so bad, but just couldn't track down because it's so hard to get. And there it is in front of me. And I just geeked out.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, it was just
brilliant.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Have you seen the movie yet?
I haven't seen the movie. Well, I've seen enough. I've seen enough clips of the movie. Maybe I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Because I want to preserve.
Yep.
I don't want to see Roadblock having to carry a Cobra Commander change into anyway.
Fair enough.
Thank you very much, Colin. It was a wonderful gesture.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you for putting me up and the wonderful welcome and everything you guys have all done in the last day and we'll be doing the next couple of days. So first, it's always important to bring gifts for kids. So Ben, for your two.
Oh, thank you. They're on camp right now in the rain.
And one for your guy.
Oh, thanks, mate.
So it's not a horse, cow. But,
is it the Optimus that transforms into a cow? Because that might be the vehicle to get him into toys.
That would be amazing. So I have to remember how this is done. Okay, so this is a box for Frank.
Oh wow! Oh my god!
And this is a bag for Ben.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
and
gosh, there's lots of little things in here. Oh gosh, are we opening them now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon get into it. Yeah, and then
but just before you do that.
Oh, right.
Oh, hold up.
For Trent.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh wow! It's a lunchbox. It's a red plastic 80s lunchbox with
it's the same people as the Battle Beast one.
It's so good. It's Silverhawks. It is such a beautiful piece of artwork.
And for
Quicksilver
Scott,
on the front.
I get one as well.
I was at a show literally the weekend before I flew out. There were two sitting on a shelf, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I've just opened it up, and it has goodies in there. I've got a Homer Simpson as King Kong holding a little Marge. I've got beautiful white. This is going to replace my Leia because that is a vintage 1978 Princess Leia. I've got a Crixmay Dean, who is absolutely minty. And an R2 unit, which I don't have. I don't know his name, but
I
he's
don't know his name
grey R2 unit. And these are cool. What are these?
So the last time I sent down those Wendy's figures, Supergirl?
Supergirl.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the Wendy's. Wow.
So everybody's got a set of 6. Mm-hmm. So there's some commonalities in
I've got
here.
a Mazo, Robin, a Martian Manhunter, a Batman, a Harley Quinn, and a Zatanna.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And
so everybody's got 6 of those.
Yeah.
I got look at this. It's a bubblegum Keaton Batman.
Yep. I got one of those.
He's Batman Returns, actually. Or looks like a Batman Returns.
I actually
we
thought...
can fight.
Silverhawks. I know what I'm taking
case?
to work for my pencil. Silverhawks pencil case and a Danko Jones Rock Supreme CD, where the artwork on the CD is him or her cutting out all the action figure parts from the sprues and putting it together. What a great album!
So let me
below
pump
the belt.
Let me.
I love that one.
Let me pump Danko Jones for a minute. Danko is from Toronto. More than 25 years in the music industry. His 12th record dropped yesterday.
Oh, right.
It's called Leo Rising. He's one of my favorite singers of all time. He's just a great human being, fellow geek like us. So, yeah, everybody got a record from him.
I know Danko Jones. I do listen to Danko Jones. So very, very good rock album. And sorry, I missed this. A pin. Looks like I don't know. Well, I was going to say it's vintage.
It's a promo
pin. Get the power. It's He-Man riding on the little thing from Battle Ram.
Oh, we've lost Scotty into what looks like a little Fantastic Four novel. Is it from?
It's not a novel. It's a trade paperback.
Okay.
From 1963.
Oh my god!
So this is hot on the heels of the first 12 issues of Fantastic Four.
Oh wow!
You're trying to turn me into Davey here, mate, because I'm holding a VHS copy of the original 1990 Ninja Turtles movie. That is,
it will go very nicely with your backdrop.
Yes, yeah, mate, yeah, because I've got the big NECA box I did that actually mirrors this. For a minute, I was like, oh, it's a little NECA figure? Like, that's amazing, dude. Thank you so much.
So cool. All right, I've got some Action Masters here. So they're die-cast, made by Kenner. Alien
not
and
to be
Predator.
confused with Transformers.
Yeah, that's right.
But they are badged Action Masters.
Yeah. So I've got the Alien Queen here and the Predator. Yep. So both die-cast come with a little collector card. I got the same bubblegum Michael Keaton Batman Returns figure, a Danko Jones Below the Belt album. But what's really, really unique that I got was a Battle Cat sort of vinyl figure, but it's probably a third smaller than a regular one.
But it's the same.
It's the same
sculpt,
mold.
isn't it?
Yeah, same mold. He's in blue as opposed to his green and striped, or Panther. But it's just really light.
It's really light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's
it's going to be a little cringer or something. Yeah.
It's so good. I love that.
Yeah. Very cool. Thank you, Colin. Love it.
Welcome.
I also got need to shout out. I got Creature Commandos. That's what these guys named are. The 2.5 inch Battle Beast style Kickstarter program, and I've got a wolf, a bear, a shark, and a lion here. So I've got the whole set of 4, and got to put them together. They've got same articulation as the regular Battle Beasts and things, and they're going to be awesome on my shelf. Unpainted, so they're all grayscale, but they are going to be a lot of fun to work out, into my collection. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yes, thank you, mate. In my collection here, the Fantastic Four trade paperback novelisation from 1963. This
What's
was
that
actually
smell like there?
Oh, it smells like glorious.
Yeah.
Smells like glory.
It's the first thing I did. Colin, I could see Colin looking at me weirdly as I sniffed the page.
I was not. I was like, oh, how musty is it? I didn't check that.
And this was actually owned by Daniel Quinton back in the day. So,
Thanks, Daniel.
Danko Jones Fire Music CD on board as well. The 6-pack of the little DC action figures, they were brilliant. The Batman, Keaton style Batman bubble gum, that's going to be delicious to chew. Can't wait to break a tooth on that. But I don't. This is a VHS copy of. Is it an unreleased Godzilla movie? I've never seen this. Did they make? What is?
Is that the American one?
So
Matthew
there's
Broderick
actually
is a
nothing
national
on
treasure.
there's nothing on the VHS. It's just a really cool piece of artwork that they did for a movie that might have been produced, but I think it was a direct to video, and it was just to keep the copyright.
Ah, very good. Maybe Toho got an idea of what it was going to be and stopped the release. I don't know.
No, when they did this particular Godzilla VHS, it's all sort of shimmery, and it's just the eye, and it's just so impressive. And if you don't look at the back at what it is, it looks cool. You've got a Godzilla eye staring at you.
It's actually really nice. It's got a lenticular sort of feel to it. It's embossed around the eye there. It's going to look actually choice on the shelf amongst all the other Godzilla goodies, mate. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And yes, mate, I've got one of the Pizza Hut Ninja Turtle badges, Leonardo First Degree Ninja, amazing. I love that. Got Danko Jones as well. We Sweat Blood, which is an interesting little cover art there where he's playing guitar till he bleeds. I've got here, this is correct me if I'm wrong,
World's Worst Supergirl?
Yeah,
Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, where she's in the orange and just not much clothing, to be completely honest.
Possessed by Darkseid.
That's right. Yeah, she goes super
Yeah, I
bad
saw
for a
her.
bit there.
My friend Dan had put up a bunch of DC Direct figures and Toy Biz 6-inch figures, and that was in there, and I was like, it's a terrible figure.
It is, yeah.
In all respects, the costume, the construction, but I'm like, it is a Supergirl,
Yeah.
so like,
No,
let's give it a go.
Beautiful. And I had one of these, looks like a
Kinder Surprise.
Yeah,
egg.
that's it.
But it's actually a Playmobil version of
Yeah.
Supergirl
Oh, that's so
at that
cool.
sort of scale. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's cool. That is. I do not have that. That is.
They
is
just
brilliant.
came out in the last month up in
Oh,
Canada.
brilliant. And while I do have this sculpt of a figure, this is a DC Collectibles, I guess you'd call it an anime version of Supergirl. It's got the sort of enlarged head and stuff. It's a mini statue sort of thing made of PVC. I have this one in a colored. This is a really beautiful like grayscale
Yeah,
version
it's
if
so
it was
good.
done in that sort of the blacks and the grays, complete with little super kitty. I don't know
Yeah.
what the
Super
name
cat.
of that.
Streaky.
Streaky. There you go. So yeah, man, thank you so much. This is amazing.
I wanted you to get those ones out of the way.
Oh, what's
man,
more?
no, that's
Because there's a reason that Chris had to take all this stuff, and it's so I'm gonna pass this over.
Oh my goodness! What
That's
did you
twice
get?
the size.
Actually, I was talking to Colin today, and he's like, "I've only got 4 t-shirts, 4 sets of undies, pair of shorts, and a jacket. So everything else is toys in his suitcase."
So this is for both Frank and Trent. They will understand.
Okay, it's okay. Just to put it in context, it's a
very
large
large
box,
box.
a
Yeah,
large
yeah.
cardboard box that we're opening up. Oh my goodness, it's full of pops. Oh wow, it's a full set of
Funko Pops, but it's
Funko Pops
Jeffrey.
as turtles.
Jeffrey, the Toys R Us mascot,
That's so cool.
done as one. I've got a
Canadian
Okay, here we
exclusive.
set of each. Leonardo, Donatello,
Raphael.
They're all
So
there.
the story is,
You
like,
need
like
that
all
one.
Funko Pops,
Raphael,
um, Toys R Us did these in
wow.
Canada,
Amazing.
and then started blowing them out. And I've had them for a while, and I'm like, there's no way I can spend the shipping to send these down here. So
So we've got the whole set.
Yeah, one of each.
now, Scotty is not as much a turtle collector as you, so I have something special for him.
Oh Lord. There you go.
This looks amazing.
What?
Oh
is
wow,
that?
what has he
Milton
got?
Bradley. This is a board game. This is a Milton Bradley board game. Judging by the artwork on the front, this has got to be circa
76?
70s. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
Spider-Man.
it's the Canadian variant, so it's in both languages.
Yeah, right.
So on the front, so this is called the Amazing Spider-Man game with the Fantastic Four.
What?
And on the front, we've got Spidey front and center. He looks amazing. And then the Fantastic Four in all their glory. Unfortunately, it's the backup crew.
Yeah.
They're not backup singers, but
They're his amazing friends.
Oh, you need to open it up because I couldn't fit the other part of your present in
The
your
other
lunchbox.
part.
there's more. What?
Yeah.
One present.
Okay,
inside
so it's not
another
just the
present.
game. There's
All right,
other
so
bits
the
and pieces.
lid is off. The board game itself is sitting there.
Yeah.
A little bit more to go through. Oh, look. Now you're speaking my language.
What's he got? I can't see it.
Power of the Force.
Oh,
Oh, are these like
These are Canadian.
Canadian exclusives? They've got the French
Yeah.
language
The
on there
English
as
and the
well.
French. Because after they did the
That's
first
so good.
9, they switched to 3 language. And they were
Yes.
they're ubiquitous around. So
And it's perfect. They are wave 1, so they're done in the orange
yeah.
backing.
Yeah.
The one you love.
They're the crazy oversized muscle bound figures. It's Leia, it's New Hope Leia on Death Star, and Han Solo, the smuggler. These are mint.
Yeah.
There is no creasing. There is no card damage. I'm being the guy who checks the serial number on the back now to see what wave they wear. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
These are amazing. These are beautiful.
Oh my god.
And do you know what I've got at home waiting for the right item? I've got 2 acrylics.
Oh no.
2.
Hey.
And these
there
are
you
the
go.
ideal products to put in there.
So I had put out a call when I knew I was coming down, and I said, what does anybody want from here, from Canada? And Scotty's like, as much maple syrup as I can. So I present to you Pinoy.
That's it.
Look at that.
It is 500 milliliters. It is the most that I could get here. It's the biggest one that I could get that wasn't in glass. So And then
I can't believe you came through. That's amazing. That's so good.
For the rest of you, these are one each. But they're from the airport gift shop, and they're in little maple leaves.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, that's so cool.
So everybody gets...
Everyone gets a maple syrup, but Scotty just gets the
when I was in Welland,
my God.
10 years
You're gonna
ago,
need a bigger
the
table,
family
Ben.
we stayed with, they cooked us a huge breakfast, Thanksgiving breakfast it was. This is the brand they put on the table.
No. Oh, right.
It's the same brand they put on the table. I recognise the colour of the plastic of the bottle.
That's even better.
And then Jo is going to lose her mind when I take this out tomorrow morning for breakfast. She'll be stunned. She'll be like, "Where did you get that?
From
That's illegal.
Canada.
You can't bring that into Australia."
I was so scared that Australia was going to stop me either for the maple syrup or for the Batman candies. that it was going to be like, there's a best before date. These will kill us. Your visa is expired.
Yeah,
and
you're
you
out.
have to go home.
Yeah.
So
that's fantastic.
And
Thank you
Colin,
so much.
Colin's presented me with all for the 4 turtles in the Joffrey, costumes. as well.
Joffrey.
Joffrey.
He's going around killing people with crossbows.
That's it. Joffrey. In pop vinyl form. So thank you. That is amazing. These are just a snapshot in time almost because
I have to say, like, they're super ugly.
Oh,
Like
I
that
think there's a bit of
giraffe,
thing.
like he's.
I was because forever I only had a Joffrey magnet on the fridge.
Jeffrey.
Oh, well, whatever. It's
Joffrey's from Game of Thrones.
Oh well, he's So I was holding that, close and dear to my heart. That was the only Toys R Us thing I've got. So now I've got 4 turtles. That's
amazing.
I walk in. I'm in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago, and I walk into the Lego store, and the owner, he's like, "Come check this out. Look what I've got. $50 off Marketplace." It is the Jeffrey outfit.
What?
Wow.
He's
actual
literally
costume.
got the actual Jeffrey
Oh.
costume that they would wear at a Toys R Us.
Jeez.
It's like, so Rick has that Jeffrey, and it looked like mint. I'm like, how do you? That's incredible that you've just got that, and it was like some bargain price anyway.
It's nutty.
There you go. Fantastic. Well, thank you, Colin.
Amazing.
For,
Amazing.
I mean,
Nice.
like,
absolute pleasure to do this.
10 as of next recording, which you'll be part of in the Toy Power studio, to have an international guest come in, visit us here in Adelaide, and do the full Toy Power experience. It's just wonderful.
Yep.
So thank you very much for all the wonderful gifts and for joining us today.
Probably just one final shout
shout
out
out,
for
yeah.
our friends at Radical Rewind, if I can say that properly. They are doing Uncle Buck, is the new film that they are spruiking. That is on Friday, the 12th of December.
The Canadian.
John Candy.
John Candy.
Exactly,
The
John
legend.
Candy. What a legend. So yeah, if you're familiar with that movie, and even if you're not, go down and see some of John Candy's finest work at the Odeon Cinema down at Port Adelaide on Friday, the 12th of December.
Check it out. It is Brett and Davey's one of their favourite films.
Yeah.
And as Davey said, if it's an empty cinema and it's just them two,
Amazing.
they'll be
Don't
happy people. But Davey did actually promise me that I get to do the countdown
Oh, okay.
for that.
You're
So,
gonna be on the big screen.
well, I hope so. I'd love to do it. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah, beautiful.
Very good. Well, and I tell you what, Nikki Webster better not be at number 1. That's all I'm saying. Very good. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to another episode of Toy Power. To all our patrons, thank you so much for your ongoing chatter and support. We hope you stay safe, take care of one another, and we will see you around the toy aisles.
And until next time, good journey!
You can find the Toy Power team at all the usual online places. Facebook.com/Toy Power Podcast, at Toy Power Podcast on both Twitter and Instagram, or have your say and email us, toypowerpodcast@gmail.com. Subscribe to the show on both iTunes and Stitcher, and please leave us a review. Otherwise, we just assume we're awesome.